Canada has declared an economic war, and its first target is Elon Musk. In a stunning move, Canadian leaders are threatening to slap a 100% tariff on Tesla, striking at the heart of one of America's most iconic companies. But this isn't just about Musk's empire. It's a direct response to US protectionism and a bold warning to Donald Trump. Canada is done playing nice, and here's where it gets even more explosive. Canada isn't just retaliating. It's turning its back on the US altogether. Behind closed doors, Canadian officials are forging a new alliance with the European Union, a move that could cripple the US auto industry and permanently shift the balance of global trade. Is this the beginning of the end for Canada's reliance on its southern neighbor? Or is it a dangerous gamble that could backfire? The stakes couldn't be higher, and the fallout could change everything. Stay tuned, because this story is about to get even more controversial. Canada's retaliation, a direct strike at Musk and Trump Canada, is no longer pulling punches. In a fiery response to US tariffs on Canadian steel and aluminum, Canadian leaders are taking aim at one of America's most powerful figures, Elon Musk. Jagmeet Singh, leader of Canada's NDP, has proposed a 100% tariff on Tesla vehicles, a move designed to hit Musk where it hurts the most, his wallet and his influence. But this isn't just about economics, it's a calculated political strike. Singh didn't mince words, calling out Musk for his dismissive remarks about Canada being the 51st state. His message was clear: Canada will not be disrespected. This bold retaliation is as much about national pride as it is about economic leverage. By targeting Tesla, Canada is sending a message not just to Musk, but to the White House itself: if you pick a fight with us, we'll fight back harder.
I think it sends a clear message of where we stand. And we want to make it very clear that if you pick a fight with us, we're going to fight back. I guess something I learned in Windsor, right? We got to fight back. You got to stand up for yourself. And so when it comes to Elon Musk, I want to send a message directly to him. Want tariffs on him, on his company. He thinks he can pick a fight with Canada. He thinks he can say that we should be the 51st state. We're going to hit him back.
But this isn't just about Musk. Canada's retaliation is surgical, targeting key Trump constituencies like Wisconsin dairy farmers, a group critical to Trump's political base. By hitting these stakeholders, Canada is turning Trump's own supporters against him, creating a political firestorm that could have far-reaching consequences.
Trump constituencies. Another group that we're going to go after is Wisconsin dairy farmers. We know how important they are for the president, and we're not going to let them sell their products in Canada anymore. But
This is no ordinary trade dispute. It's a high-stakes game of political chess. Canada is leveraging its economic power to strike at the very foundation of Trump's support.
I don't want to have a fight with you. We would prefer to be your partner, and we can be a great partner. But if you hit us, we're going to have to hit you back.
It's interesting when you talk about you are a lead negotiator.
And the fallout could reshape the future of US-Canada relations. But this is just the beginning. As Canada shifts its focus to the European Union, the stakes are about to get even higher. Quick favor before we continue. If you're enjoying the content, consider giving this video a like and subscribing to the channel. Over 98% of you watch without subscribing, and hitting that button really helps us out. It's free, easy, and keeps you in the loop for more great videos. Thanks a ton. Now, back to it. Canada's bold gamble to break free from US dependence. Canada is making a dramatic pivot, and it's sending shockwaves through the global trade landscape. Faced with escalating tensions and protectionist policies from the US, Canadian leaders are looking across the Atlantic for a new economic partner, the European Union. This isn't just a trade strategy, it's a declaration of independence. For decades, Canada has relied heavily on its southern neighbor, but now that relationship is on the verge of collapse. Chrystia Freeland, one of Canada's most prominent political figures, has made it clear that the US's tariffs are forcing Canada to rethink its alliances. In a bold move, Canada is working to deepen ties with the EU, focusing on critical minerals and electric vehicle production, industries that could leave the US auto sector in the dust.
is we are actually your largest market. We are larger than China, Japan, the UK, and France combined. And that means we have economic.
This shift isn't just about trade, it's about survival. By aligning with the EU, Canada is positioning itself as a global leader in the electric vehicle revolution. The plan? To create an independent supply chain for critical minerals, cutting the US out of the equation entirely. This could devastate the North American auto industry, with Tesla and other US automakers bearing the brunt of the fallout. But Canada isn't stopping there. Jagmeet Singh has proposed a $10,000 rebate for Canadian-made electric vehicles, a move designed to supercharge domestic production and make Canada the go-to destination for EV manufacturing. This isn't just retaliation. It's a long-term strategy to reduce reliance on the US and build a self-sufficient economy.
Best place in the world to build electric vehicles. And one of the ways to build up that economy or to build up that climate is to encourage.
The message is clear. Canada is no longer content to play second fiddle to the US. By turning to Europe and investing in its own industries, Canada is charting a new course, one that could permanently alter the balance of power in North America. But with such a bold gamble comes enormous risk. Will this pivot to Europe pay off, or will it leave Canada isolated in a dangerous trade war? Stay tuned, because the stakes are only getting higher. A trade war that could reshape the global economy. Canada's retaliation and pivot to Europe aren't just bold, they're dangerous. The escalating trade war with the US is setting the stage for a global economic showdown, and the consequences could ripple far beyond North America. With Tesla and Wisconsin dairy farmers already in the crosshairs, the stakes are climbing higher by the day. But here's the real kicker. Canada isn't just targeting the US economy, it's exposing the cracks in America's global dominance. By aligning with the European Union, Canada is helping to build a coalition that could challenge the US's stranglehold on key industries like electric vehicles and critical minerals. This isn't just a trade dispute anymore. It's a battle for the future of global economic power. The fallout is already being felt. Tesla, one of the most recognizable symbols of American innovation, could see its Canadian market collapse under the weight of a 100% tariff. Meanwhile, US farmers, already struggling with inflation and labor shortages, are bracing for devastating losses as Canada blocks their products. These moves are designed to hit Trump where it hurts the most, his political base. But Canada isn't immune to the risks. A full-blown trade war could disrupt supply chains, drive up costs for consumers, and create economic uncertainty on both sides of the border. Critics warn that Canada's aggressive stance could backfire, leaving it isolated and vulnerable in an increasingly volatile global market.
An important symbolic decision to say, yeah, we're not going to stand for this. We're fighting back. And so I think it's important on both.
This is a high-stakes gamble with no guaranteed outcome. Will Canada's bold retaliation and pivot to Europe pay off, or will it spark a trade war that neither side can afford to win? One thing is certain. The world is watching, and the next move could change everything. Canada's EV revolution. While the trade war with the US dominates headlines, Canada is quietly laying the foundation for something far bigger, an electric vehicle revolution that could redefine its economy. At the heart of the strategy is a bold vision to make Canada the global leader in EV manufacturing, cutting its reliance on foreign imports and creating a self-sustaining industry. Jagmeet Singh's proposed $10,000 rebate for Canadian-made electric vehicles is more than just an incentive, it's a declaration of intent. By encouraging Canadians to buy domestically, Singh is aiming to supercharge local production and attract global investment. This isn't just about building cars, it's about building an entirely new economic ecosystem, one that prioritizes Canadian workers, resources, and innovation.
Let's bring in a $10,000 rebate for electric vehicles made in Canada to encourage more electric vehicles built here in Canada. We can build.
But Canada's ambitions don't stop at its borders. By partnering with the European Union, Canada is working to secure a critical mineral supply chain that bypasses the US entirely. These minerals essential for EV batteries are the lifeblood of the electric vehicle industry, and Canada is positioning itself as a global supplier. This move not only strengthens its alliance with Europe, but also ensures that Canada remains a key player in the EV market for decades to come. Critics, however, argue that this plan is a risky gamble. Building a domestic EV industry from the ground up requires massive investment, and some question whether Canada has the infrastructure or workforce to compete with global giants like the US and China. Others warn that alienating the US could backfire, especially if the trade war escalates and disrupts cross-border supply chains.
Our retaliation is going to be a lot more surgical than that. We are going to go after American stakeholders who matter to the White House. I have proposed a 100% tariff on all Teslas.
Despite the risks, Canada's leaders are betting big on this vision. If successful, it could transform Canada into a global powerhouse for electric vehicles and critical minerals, reducing its dependence on the US and securing its economic future. But with so much at stake, the question remains: can Canada pull it off, or will this ambitious plan collapse under the weight of its own challenges? The answer could determine the country's place in the global economy for generations to come. Canada is making bold moves, taking on Elon Musk, Donald Trump, and even the global trade order itself. From targeting Tesla with crushing tariffs to forging a new alliance with the European Union, the stakes couldn't be higher. But with every bold step comes enormous risk. Will Canada's retaliation spark a trade war it can't win? Can its pivot to Europe truly break its dependence on the US? And will this electric vehicle revolution transform Canada into a global powerhouse, or leave it isolated on the world stage? The answers to these questions are still unfolding, and the consequences could reshape the future of not just Canada, but the entire global economy. What do you think? Is Canada's strategy a masterstroke of independence or a dangerous gamble? Let us know in the comments below. And if you want to stay ahead of the drama, controversy, and breaking news shaping our world, make sure to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and hit that notification bell. This story is far from over, and you won't want to miss what happens next.